Birthday Hawa, birthday Al Shai, birthday Hawa, birthday Al Shai, call Allah, you know, how you know, Yahweh Shem Shai, Bishop Kukudash, bless you, Yahweh, and bless you in the name of the God and Son, Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. All praise and honor and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bashem Al Shai, Bishop Kukudash, and giving double honor to our apostles and elders, great millstone, peace and salutation to the elect, the first fruits, the choicest part, that the Lord will have mercy upon in these times, starting with the Rashim, which are your prophets, the 144,000. Manan number Israelites out of each of the 12 tribes of Israel, and giving a shalom to the great peaceable multitude of the 1/3, which are men, women, and children who are not prophets, that are believers in the words of Yahweh Shem Shai, whom the Lord will have mercy upon in these times. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners, like unto a speckled bird that look like the heathen nation where they've been scattered to, which lineage go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob via their fathers. Shalom. So Shemya Mafa is a Mappa from the Great Millstone Plaintables Camp, located here in the city of Philadelphia. How about I'm Lamadi Ma'ite, come on, lesson or we lesson. Thousands of Paris police officers brace for freedom convoy. French protesters are expected to descend on Paris in a Canada-inspired freedom convoy. Which the Freedom Convoy was a bridge blockade. It had Ontario declared a state of emergency Friday morning to empower law enforcement to end the blockade of the Ambassador Bridge, the busiest commercial border crossing between U.S. and Canada. The Freedom Convoy protests in Ottawa, warning trucks who continue to block the Ambassador Bridge will be punished if they don't leave. Ontario Premier Doug Ford told reporters that the federal government is enacting new powers to end the blockade. He said protesters will be slapped with hefty fines, amounting over $78,000. And jail time, according to Bloomberg. Your right to make a political statement does not outweigh the right of hundreds of thousands of workers to earn a living, said Ford. It does not outweigh your right to get food across our borders. Your right to make a political statement. This is the book of Job. Chapter 20 and 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, that's of course when E, gets down with nearing completion of his NWO plot, he shall be in straits. Okay, we're seeing that play out. He's of course under much trouble and distress, and it's only going to increase. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. The wicked here is the Hebrew word aimal, which means those who toil. Okay, the workers, the laborers. Okay, that who are putting their work in and are suffering. Okay, toiling. The labor that laboreth, that is a misery, had taken labor. And many, of course, of the laborers, they don't want to be under all of these different, as it tell you in Isaiah, I think that's Isaiah the 10th chapter. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. They pre-wrote, and these different unrighteous decrees are forcing many to basically be down with the agenda, to accept the Shabbat, or, and of course, you lose jobs and different abilities to do different tasks. It says, Ford declared the state of emergency amid growing pressure from multiple industries, including auto sector as well as Canada's federal government and the White House. The bridge closure has slowed down movement of freight drivers reroute to other crossings, including the nearby Blue Water Bridge. Auto plants on both sides of the border, both on the Canadian and the United States sides, right, have scaled back production because of the slowdown. We're going to move forward as quickly as we can to clear the bridge to get people's lives back to normal. Ford noted that he did not have power to order the police to take action, but he said the government would implement laws and provide resources. Revelation chapter 12 and 12, it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and that ye that dwell therein. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil, which is the devil, the accuser, all right, that slanderer, who is Esau Edom, all right, the wicked who had the control of the earth, is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. He knows that, and that's why he's cranking down and putting more of these different draconian measures in place. All right, and anything that compromises the money, they will, of course, try to stop that. Because if you're stopping his money, the bankers' money, these corporations' money, these countries, and you're gonna be a big deep water, as I was just coin it. Next precept we will get is traffic. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 7, or Ezekiel, pardon me. Hold up. Let me see. Hold up. 1 second. Let's see if that's. It's been a while since I went to this one. By the way of thy traffic. I think that's Ezekiel 28, if I'm not mistaken. Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse 5. It says, by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic thou hast increased riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. That goes to Esau Edom, the wicked. Traffic is rakalah, which go back to the Hebrew word rakal, which means merchandise, traffic, and trade. Which, if they have this particular convoy blocking, of course, traffic from this bridge, between countries, that affects a lot of money. As it says, Canadian and U.S. drivers are facing lengthy delays and extra time reaching alternative borders, including the Port Huron and Peace Bridge crossings. That'd be like your detour. Ed, an Ohio-based driver who did not give his last name, he said he was frustrated because he has spent more time driving without being paid more because of the Ambassador Bridge closure. The detour, see, this in the spirit, is adding to my day, but we get paid by the run, not by the hour. So, you get a particular load. That's how he's doing it. Okay, that's how it's being done. So if it takes 5 hours or 10 hours, you're still getting that same amount. That adds frustration, right? He said for the truck stop near Blue Water Bridge crossing in Port Huron, Michigan, the Ambassador Bridge blockade, which started Monday, has been part of the wave of protests against Sharot mandates and other pestilence measures that are blocking 2 additional borders in Alberta and Manitoba and occupying large section in Ottawa. As of Friday, the Ambassador Bridge protests had several commercial trucks among roughly 100 other vehicles. Meanwhile, about 100 trucks remain in Ottawa On Thursday, Ottawa police said they had persuaded 25 truckers to leave voluntarily but threatened to tow others who remain. Okay, it says as of Friday, the Ambassador Bridge protest had several commercial trucks among Osaka. I've read that already. Eric Muller is an owner-operator from Alberta, Canada, has been to Ottawa for almost 2 weeks and said he had no intention of leaving, but wouldn't resist the police. He said he won't leave until the Sherrod mandates are lifted and Prime Minister Justin Thoreau resigns. They want their leaders, nation's leader, which is equivalent to a president, to resign. If someone breaks the law and tries to seize my vehicle or arrest me, then I go to court, he said, and I'm not afraid. All right. All biblical prophecy. This is the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter. Also, I think, if I'm not, well, I'll just get this one. This is Second Edges, the 9th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. Second Edges, chapter 9. Second Edges chapter 9 and 1, it says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest signs of the parts pass, thou seest pass, or part of the signs pass, tokens, which I have told thee before, read back Matthew 24. Then thou shalt well understand that it is in the very same time wherein the highest shall begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and upwards of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, the end is manifest. And as the scriptures do say, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, roughly paraphrasing. So you have this spirit going out over even in France, all right, on to Paris. Okay, you can check this out. You know, got armored vehicles arriving, obviously in opposition, you know, and to control the chaos. Got barricades. It says, we've been around in circles for 3 years. Demonstrator Jean-Marie Azalis, who was heading to Paris. We saw the Canadians and said to ourselves, it's awesome what they're doing. In 8 days, boom, something was sparked. And that's the spirit of Yahweh Shemir Shai working on the minds of the people to do his will. Shalom to the elect, call on him like Yahweh Shemir Shai, and double line star apostle, other great millstone, pieces and salutations to the elect. Shalom.